Hello, hello, my dear angling friends and fellow YouTube adventurers. Your old pal is back with another crucial fishing forecast. Today, we're diving deep into what awaits us on Thursday, January 15, 2026, across our beautiful United Kingdom. Now, I won't lie, winter fishing in January can be a tough nut to crack, but for those of us who brave the elements, this day holds some intriguing possibilities. We're looking at a truly wintry picture with cold temperatures and a mix of rain and snow, which means the fish will be playing hard to get. But don't you worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tempt even the most stubborn specimens. Get ready for some practical, down-to-earth advice that could turn a slow day into a memorable one. All right, let's talk tactics for the fish that are most likely to show themselves on this frosty January 15. Based on the conditions, we're going to focus on our resilient winter warriors, pike, perch, chub, and for our sea angling buddies, cod. First up, the mighty pike. These magnificent predators truly come into their own during the colder months, and some of the biggest specimens are caught at this time of year. On a day like today, with inland waters hovering near freezing, pike will be conserving energy. They'll be lurking in deeper areas of still waters, canals, and slower sections of rivers, always close to where baitfish are sheltering. Look for them around underwater features like drop-offs, weed beds, or submerged snags. For tackle, a sturdy deadbait rod is your friend. Present a small deadbait, think a smelt or a small herring, ledgered near the bottom. The key here is patience. Let the scent trail do the work. Alternatively, a slow retrieve with a large soft plastic lure or a jerkbait can entice a strike, but remember, movements must be incredibly subtle and deliberate. Their metabolism is slow, so don't expect them to chase vigorously. Next, the ever-popular perch. These striped beauties are year-round feeders and can offer fantastic sport, even in the depths of winter. Perch absolutely adore structure, and in these cold conditions, they will shoal up tightly in the deeper sections of canals, rivers, and still waters. Focus your efforts around bridge supports, moored boats, jetties, and any dense submerged cover that offers them shelter and ambush points. Scale down your tackle, my friends. Small jigs, tiny soft plastics, or a classic float rig with a single worm or maggot will often tempt them. A drop-shot rig, keeping a small worm imitation just off the bottom and worked slowly and methodically, will give them plenty of time to respond. For those who love river fishing, chubsai are an excellent winter target. They feed all winter long and are often found in flowing water, especially in features that offer some respite from the current, such as slack water behind snags, undercut banks, and deeper glides. They thrive in rivers of all sizes and even canals. My go-to baits in these conditions are trotting maggots or small pieces of bread flake on a stick float. If the water has a bit of color from recent precipitation, a larger piece of bread on a ledger rig can work wonders. Keep your feed light and consistent, just enough to draw them in without overfeeding them. And for our dedicated sea angling enthusiasts, kudakinta fishing is synonymous with winter in the UK. They migrate inshore for spawning between October and February. Hotspots tend to be rough ground marks around 50 to 100 feet deep, a few miles offshore. Big, smelly baits are your best bet here, my friends. Think squid, lugworm, or peeler crab on a pulley rig. These powerful scents will attract the sluggish cod in the cold water. Remember, they will be conserving energy and congregating in sheltered, deeper areas, so casting to the same precise spot repeatedly is crucial. Now let's break down the conditions that are shaping our fishing day on January 15, 2026. The weather. We're looking at a proper winter's day across much of the United Kingdom. Air temperatures will be chilly, ranging from around 28 degrees Fahrenheit or -2 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius. Expect light rain during the day, transitioning to rain and snow at night. The humidity will be high, around 96%, and we can expect blustery winds, especially in western regions. Atmospheric pressure might be a bit unstable with this mix of rain and snow. This combination of cold, precipitation, and wind means fish will be less active, seeking out deeper, more stable, and sheltered areas to conserve energy. Water temperature. Inland lakes and rivers will be extremely cold, hovering just above freezing, likely between 0 and 3 degrees Celsius. You might even see thinner margins skimmed with ice. Coastal sea temperatures, while a touch warmer, will still be at their coldest for the year, typically ranging from 6 to 10 degrees Celsius, especially around the southern and western coasts. These low temperatures significantly reduce fish metabolism, making them sluggish and less inclined to feed aggressively. The moon phase. On January 15, 2026, we have a waning crescent moon. It's showing only about 9 to 12% illumination, and we are approximately 26 days into the lunar cycle. We're also experiencing a neap tide, meaning lower ocean tides. While some anglers swear by moon phases on a cold, blustery day like this, the immediate weather conditions, the temperature, the wind, and the water clarity will have a much more significant impact on fish behavior than the moon alone. General fish activity. Considering the brutally cold temperatures, the precipitation, the high humidity, and the general sluggishness of fish in January, my overall prognosis for fishing activity today is weak to capricious. This will be a day for the most dedicated and adaptable anglers. Fish will be lethargic, hugging the bottom and staying close to cover to avoid the cold and clearer winter waters. Success will come from finding those deep, sheltered spots and presenting your bait with extreme patience and subtlety. Dress incredibly warm, stay safe out there, and remember to respect the fish. So, my friends, while January 15, 2026 promises to be a challenging day on the water, it's also a chance to test your skills and perhaps land that winter trophy. Remember, every day on the water is a good day, no matter the catch. I wish you all tight lines, and as we say, ni chvosta, ni cheshwi, no tail, no scales. If you enjoyed this forecast, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more angling wisdom, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing tips for these challenging conditions? Have you ever had a surprisingly good catch on a really cold day? Share your stories.